Germany is a country that at different times had a great influence on Europe. And now I want to tell you the history of this country in a few minutes. So, in the first millennium BC, barbarian tribes appeared. The inhabitants were called Germans, who first lived in the Baltics, and then moved to Central Europe, but the Roman Empire was already there and constant battles took place on the border between the Germans and the Romans. By the way, it was the Romans who called these foreigners Germans. In general, the Romans called all barbarians Germans. In the 5th century AD, Rome collapsed and many barbarian kingdoms arose. The most influential in the region was the Frankish state, which fought with all its neighbors, but after the death of King Charlemagne, the kingdom was divided between the grandchildren of Charlemagne into 3 parts. The western part will become France in the future. The middle state and the historical center of the Frankish kingdom did not exist for long and was divided, and the eastern part will become Germany. Now we are interested in the eastern part, where in 936 a new king Otto I the Great was elected. During the reign of the new king, he captured northern Italy and the city of Rome. Then Otto I was crowned by the Pope, and the Holy Roman Empire arose. In the 12th century, during the reign of Frederick I Barbarossa, a small feudal fragmentation began in the empire, but the Holy Roman Empire did not fall apart and remained united. 2 emperors Frederick I and his son Henry VI even expanded the territory of the country, but after the death of Henry VI, the empire plunged into an internal war and Italy generally left the Holy Roman Empire. Fortunately, Frederick II, the son of Henry VI, became emperor and returned Italy under his control, and also gave more self-government rights to the bishops, and so many independent principalities appeared, some of which existed for several centuries. But after the death of Frederick II, the Hohenstaufen dynasty ceased to exist and chaos began within the empire. After 20 years, the Habsburg dynasty ascended the throne. This dynasty did not have as many rights as the Hohenstaufens, since the emperor was elected by local princes and others. And when the new dynasty came, Italy and some territories separated from the empire. Then came the new king Charles IV. The new law he passed made the principalities even more independent. For example, they could even fight among themselves, but not against the emperor. Also in the 16th century, there were reformations and wars against the Catholic Church in the country. This is how the Peasants' War began, in which the peasants lost. Then the War of the Holy Roman Empire with France and its own principalities began, when the new Emperor Charles V ascended the throne, who wanted to curtail the rights of the principalities to self-government. As a result, France and the principalities won and peace was signed in 1555. Freedom of religion also appeared in the empire. And everything was fine for 50 years, until the 30 Years' War happened, first an uprising in Bohemia, and then throughout the empire. As a result, the Habsburg dynasty wanted to be overthrown in almost all of Europe, but the Holy Roman Empire still had allies, such as Poland, Spain, Portugal and others. Eventually, the Holy Roman Empire lost its territories. But the Habsburg dynasty did not go away. In the 18th century, Austria had a competitor, Prussia, which at that time had the best army in Europe. Prussia tried to rid the German lands of the Habsburgs. The end of the Holy Roman Empire came during the Napoleonic Wars, when France captured the center of the empire, the city of Vienna. On the territory of the Holy Roman Empire, Napoleon Bonaparte created the Confederation of the Rhine, which included many principalities that left the Holy Roman Empire, and this was the end of this empire. After the defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte, the Confederation of the Rhine collapsed and all the principalities entered the German Confederation, which was formed by Prussia and Austria, but already in 1866, due to disagreements between Prussia and Austria, the Austro-Prussian War began, the Union collapsed and Prussia emerged victorious. The North German Confederation was formed, which was attacked by France and Prussia won. The Germans captured Paris, but then they left and formed the German Empire. Then the First World War began, where Germany, Austria, Turkey and others lost, and Germany lost some territories. But then in 1933 you know who came, and 7 years later the Second World War began, after which Germany was defeated and was divided into West Germany and East Germany until 1990, when after the fall of the Berlin Wall, Germany was reunited on October 3, 1990.